And now, here's Kim Bell to give us the latest information. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm going to go over a little bit about what's in progress on the ground in Wimberley. Obviously, things are slowing down due to rainfall. Just talked to the fire chief on the ground. It's obviously putting a hamper in any operations that's going on. Now we're getting back to what we discussed yesterday about people being going over to look and see what's going on, that sort of thing, and becoming part of the problem. We're starting to see that. The bridge, we're having to deal with opening and closing that based on conditions in the area and its condition. The bridge is safe, but it's got some guardrails missing and such, so that causes some problems, especially in this kind of weather. We're under a flash flood watch, obviously, right now. I believe there was some tornadic activity in Blanco County. We just got off the phone with the EMC up there. So it's a fluid situation we're still dealing with on the response side. As you can imagine, we're not done responding yet. We have to start working on the recovery piece. We have to put these communities back together in this county. Right now, I've got a couple of email locations, especially for donations and volunteer type situation. Most of our donations and volunteer operations will be on deck tomorrow morning. So by tomorrow morning, we'll have a better handle and ready to go on those pieces of this project. Hays County Flood, or excuse me, HAYSCOFLOOD at co.hays.tx.us. That's Hays County Flood at co.hays.tx.us. We have that email out for folks that are trying to send us a list of equipment or list of goods and things so we can handle that flow without having to make mistakes with pen and paper in the EOC. If you need information of current things that are going on, you can go to haysinform.com. The haysinform.com website will give you road closures that are current and basically things that are actively going on in our community. We kind of like to leave that available for folks in Hays County. It's really, you guys are doing the yeoman's task of getting the word out to the rest of the world of what's going on. This has nothing but local stuff in it relative to road closures, so don't blow up our website, please, if you can help that. Right now, we're dealing with multiple groups of people coming in on the volunteer side, organized groups from all segments of the United States, and donations. We like to call that the disaster within the disaster. People showing up with massive goods and us not prepared to handle that yet. Again, we will be starting on those processes first thing in the morning. By midweek, we'll be well in play with that. That's where we stand today. We have a lot of work to do overnight tonight. Obviously, this rain and weather is starting to change gears for us a little bit. We don't know what to expect out of that, but we're ready in Hays County. Any questions?
Can you tell what's the latest with the search and rescue for the 12 people who are missing? Is that number the same when it comes to the number of people missing?
Right. The numbers of people missing are still at the 12 number. There's nothing new to add. Again, I tried to allude to we have more that we're still doing follow-up on. But again, those are the people calling from out of state, looking for their sister's friend or whatever that might be. You have to keep in mind, this is a very nice tourist location. People came here for the holiday weekend for that purpose. So we have people that we're trying to track down that just went back home. They went back to Georgia or wherever they might have gone. And they're en route or en route to those locations. It's hard to get a hold of those folks.
Is anyone being allowed back into their damaged homes tonight?
People have not, they're not going to be able to stay there, obviously. People have had opportunities in some respects to look at their properties to get some closure or figure out what their status is so they can go back on the rebuild or try to figure out where they're going to be for the next few weeks. Right now, our biggest problem in this community, Kyle, Wimberley, proper, all the way down, we have internet problems, service providers were underwater, cell phone sites are loaded and or not working. So rather than tick off names of companies, I think you can figure it out, and it's not their fault. I mean, it's water, it's weather, it's rain. That's part of our issue. People outside of our community know more about what's going on than inside of our community. We're trying to resolve that. Message boards, flyers, door-to-door communication about what's happening. Tomorrow morning we will have 2 VRC, volunteer resource centers, VRCs, what they're referred to, set up one in San Marcos and one in Wimberley proper. This is going to be staffed by some AmeriCorps folks that are coming in on a state resource request to handle the volume of volunteers and get the right volunteer to the right place in the right way. Make sure that things are all right and it's coordinated. Having people just show up and on the job out here is not the way to do business. We have ways for you to connect to get you to help, and we appreciate the help, but we want to be organized in those measures when that happens.
And how is the rain right now impacting the search efforts?
Well, we had to ground our air support again. We were doing very fine pixelated photographs along the river so we could do some GIS mapping on damages and trying to do some locates. And we had to ground all of that, obviously. Nobody's in the water. We're not going to do that unless there's a rescue that is required. We did get a note on some folks that needed food and water that decided to stay in their deals, and we've taken care of that. But nothing much more than that to report.
Any more details on the fatality?
No, it's nothing to offer this time. It's still going on.
Could you tell us the name of that email address again? It's hayescountyflood@hayes.co.tx.us. Is that correct?
It's Hayes, co.flood@co.hayes.tx.us.
Thank you.
So tonight, when it comes to search and rescue, what is going to be happening in the next couple of hours, if anything?
For right now, what we're going to be dealing with, searching is going to be suspended, but rescue operations are going to remain at the ready. We have both teams obviously spread out between here and Wimberley. And what ends up happening in Wimberley, they literally become an island, just like a lot of our cities do in these kind of situations. So we have to spread out. We can't all sit there and wait because then they'll get stuck. So we try to strategically place our assets so we can move in and help where we can.